is gonna search by the Excel data from here, which is, where is the data? Which is here. So here's the Excel list. So it's gonna take all the job, from here and give me the finding in the console. And I did little bit coding here to do this. Like, let's say if I'm looking for Selenium, like Selenium jobs, is gonna take me to this level. And sorry, this is the wrong one. So I wanted it to, like grab this data from here, and I wanted it to show the last number, which is the total job available for Selenium. So I did little bit coding here, which is search by Excel. This is the, test test case. So this is the pretty simple test case. Just I added this line. So this line gonna grab that line and it's gonna split it like with the space available. And I found out the fifth part of that array, like fifth index is the total number of job. So it's gonna give me this. So whole outcome gonna be like this, like source data opening search by MySQL DB, and then it's gonna run like this. So I'm going to run it. So this is running from the local. I forgot to mention. And this is happening in the background. It's giving me the number of job available. I wanted to use the alert, but I was so fortunate that it was not required here, because whenever I started typing in, it automatically went through. So this is checking the login. So here are the findings in the console. And do you want me to run in the source lab? Yes, I think so. Fine. Oh. Yes. And also I ran in the Jenkins last night. It was running okay. I have like, let me show you. Like test case like this has like, many test cases inside. And this is pretty small one. And this is, I'm just, checking the landing page. And like this one is validating. Altogether, I have like 17 test cases. And here are the page factory classes. Thank you. Any projects on mobile automation? Yes, I'm working on it still. Android, iOS? Just iOS. No, sure. I will. Can you show more? I will try. Think. I just started like first of all, I'm just following your class, like implementing whatever you did, and then I'll start to make it look better, like add more. So far I'm fine. Yeah. Sure.
And try to show tomorrow. All right, Abraham, you're next. Let's take a look on with your framework. What do you have? Are you able to connect to SourceNet? Yes. You can run it there? Okay, that's fine. That's what you can. Okay, you are. You can talk. You're unmuted from there. Not yet. You're muted from by yourself.
Okay, so this was running in Jenkins, like every 15 minutes, and this was just running in. I ran this today in Sauce Labs, but I'm gonna do it through local now if you want. In the beginning, I just changed my, I tweaked my after method a little. This is gonna take a screenshot if the test fails. It's the IT result class. So for this test, this is just simple. Going to the Apple website and clicking on the Mac button and just taking a simple screenshot. And then this is a simple search. This goes into the site and types in iPhone 7 in the search bar, and just and when it goes into the page, there's an element that it recognizes. It's displayed on the page, and that's it. That's just it. The search is true. This is data provider. This is just searching all these items to the data provider. This connects to the database. I created a table called search items and a column products. It connects to the MySQL database and looks for the items. Do you want me to run each one of them? Okay, okay. Maybe I can go over all the tests. I'll run all the tests together, or do you want me to do it now each? Okay. This goes to the Excel file that I have here. There's a couple of products, like a couple of Apple products. It looks for these to the search bar in the Apple page. This is actually a problem I was having. Should I show it to you now or should I do it later? Okay. So see, I was trying to. So and the also the fire path. I think it got updated tonight, so I can't use it anymore.
Yeah, it just got
Yeah,
I think they removed it.
they removed it on the
Like I can get Firebug, but they don't have. Yeah. Like I was trying to, I was trying to get these. This is like it's like a table, but like I was trying to, let's say I was trying to get these or these prices from this row, but I couldn't like collect the elements from just that. Like I didn't know how to do it, I guess. But I don't have the fire path anymore. Yeah, I have Firebug right here.
They updated Firefox apparently, and they removed the extension. So maybe try reinstalling Firefox.
I did. But you can't find the fire path in the extension.
So they removed it?
I think they removed it.
Removed
Yeah.
it from the store.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You have Firefox?
Yeah.
You can use the CSS.
Yeah, I can use like HTML and all.
You know, you can
I can't click on the thing. So if I want to use this, let's say I want to collect these. So what kind of what are we supposed to use for the path? So it's got a class.
Nothing is there,
Yeah.
and you'll get the price. You say.
Yeah. Let's if I want to do price.
So the first thing is tax space, the tax specs section,
Yeah.
and section price. Two thousand you can take. Right? And then
Which do I click on the do I take the whole thing or
well,
just like this?
you want to read this price.
Yeah. It's like reading data. I know you did reading data from table, but is this the same thing or is this a little different?
Well, this is the table.
It kind of is like a table, but like
Yeah, you see from where's table we are table are. Right? So we are everything.
how do you know if it's a table?
So select anchor. You can set it right. Hover in the island, which is on top.
Maybe this?
Yeah, it doesn't say table. It doesn't say that.
No, it doesn't say table.
So
Okay.
so with that enter row, this is one row, maybe, right?
Yeah. This is the class for the row.
Row. So what do you have? Price and multiple price, right? So first we give you the price text. The second we give you the actual price, right?
Yeah. Yeah. What?
Second, give second, right?
Yeah.
Give second, give you the 14.99. So the first thing is tax space row and space you get a div dot and type of two, right? That should give you the price. 49.
Nth child of 2 if you want to do 40.99. Okay. I kind of like tried it, but then it wasn't working. What if we want to get like all 3 of them together?
All three that,
Then just create a loop?
well, if you need all 3 values.
Yeah.
If you need that in this case, get all the under text space row, get all the lead first. Right? Get 3, you have 3 or 3 or 4 lead. And you can look through that, store, and then you can store into map or array that values. Right?
So for the path, we would write text specs row, and then space div dot nth class, and then we wouldn't use any kind of number.
If you get enter row, you will need number, right? First
Yeah.
you use the text space row space div. That give you all the 4 like price 429, 729, 929. That will give you all that.
Okay, so we don't need nth child.
No, you don't need that time if you get in the enter row.
Okay.
But if you're going to look through that each item, then probably need the first element, second element, the fifth element, after element.
Okay, so then we would write nth child and then just.
First, second, third, fourth.
Okay. Okay. I was doing different kind of sign-ins through this. This was just basic login, signing in without with blank credentials. This was through just a user ID with no password. And these were the elements that it was displaying. It was displaying some kind of an error message. And then these, I'll come up to these later. Test the last one. This logs into the database. It goes into the database to connect to the login info table and the column, and it types.
One thing, see that line 31, it's a long one. It makes it shorter. Can we make CSS? Right? Line 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
These three lines is long exposed.
How do I make this shorter?
I'm saying, yeah. Did you do mentoring this too?
Yes.
Did you do how to make short expand?
Yeah.
Did you go in there?
Yeah, I was there. It was so confusing. I mean, it was a good session, but
It was kind of like hard because we were
Yeah.
on pension side, and they had
it's not like dynamic expats and all that. So it was like,
I mean, I was asking them if they needed any help with any of the, they didn't understand. I would go over it, and Bilal was actually helping because at some points I actually got confused and I did Bilal. So okay.
yeah, I know how to make it. I know how to shorten it, but this looks a little different.
No, Harun was doing good.
Yeah, he did good. They were good.
Looks like he's a expert master.
No, not really. No, I would not say that. Bilal was like correcting me in a lot of places because I was wrong.
So make it shorter or can you make CSS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
CSS is just as long. Yeah, usually if it has a long expand, it usually has a long CSS.
So, but you can make it shorter though.
It does, yes.
Yeah, you too.
You try to make it shorter as long as it's stable.
Right.
Sometimes you have to go higher up to make it stable located, right?
Right.
Sometimes you don't have to. So it shouldn't be expand this long. Or if you can make short expand, then go ahead.
Okay.
But this is pretty. You want all that place can have the body.
But like, does it like matter though? Like in the code, like if it's like long?
And why? That's the developer has, adding new things. From HTML, there's very high chance that you will add more things. But if you make it shorter, right, then you are kind of safe. If you make it long, there's something going between.
Okay.
They add and items or anything, there's the features they add, then you test it on the trailer.
Right.
You find it. So either make short expert or make CSS.
Okay. So so basically this inputs login credentials into the user field and the password, and then just logs in. This test, you have to input. I cut it out because you have to put in your password before you run it. And this, this was another problem. Like I was trying to use scanner here. Everything's fine here, right? So I had to put in the Apple ID into the console, but for some reason I couldn't like type into the console. Like it said enter Apple ID, but when I typed it in, like it wasn't working. Like the keyboard for some reason.
So this is so is it for entering?
Yeah, just the Apple ID and password.
I see. Is it scanner for?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, so I mean to show that is the password. Is the password?
No, the purpose is it goes into the sign-in page, and then it's just gonna say enter Apple ID in the console. I'll just type it in, enter, and then it's gonna say enter a password. I'll type it in, and then just log in.
Why is it scanner?
Oh, just to different kind of. I was just trying it out.
That's good. That's what I'm saying. You try to show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
good.
Cause yeah, yeah, it was gonna show my password in the code, so I thought like, why don't I try it? Yeah. But it wasn't running. Like the keyboard. No, I was trying to type, but I mean I can do it right now. Should be test ng. So use your login scanner.
There's a create mailing list of a test like empty name from email etc. And delete mailing list to test and home where when it goes to the home page and right now it's gonna I think it will fail. Okay, so it's creating and adding subscriber to the mailing list and it's reading the data from Excel sheet.
Now it's setting subscriber. Okay. I selected this one by one. It's going to all the list and adding emails. It's going one by one for loop. First is create the mailing list and then start adding emails to it. Okay, that's the 4 tests. Delete, create, subscribe, and it actually call this method. Here actually this will give him the list which need to be created. Actually this one, it will get the list and then it will for loop. It will get that element selected which mailing list you want to create, add subscriber, and then when he get it, then it will start reading subscribers. Subscriber is another from Excel sheet. These are the mailing list. It will have the mailing list data. Let me get this. This is the Excel sheet from where get the mailing list data from. These are the required fields which you need to create it. Create the subscriber. You need these email, first name and last name. So it use this simple loop, and this is also simple test, like get the driver and then get the page and then call the method and then the method, and it also runs, and same goes for Yahoo. Try to stop it. And Yahoo login tests are done and sending part is done. How to compose email. Oops, sorry. I was checking the score bar option. So that was it. I was working on that option. Remove this option. Yes, why did I do not come? Oops. Actually, it worked like this. It get the driver page and then create the email object and it fill the email object and then pass to a send method. And there it just process. It click the linked email, compose, and then you fill the text field, subject, body, and then it send it. So it's work like this. And plus mobile, mobile I did two methods. I did this transaction where image you change it, and then I did image test where you slider, manage slider,
Okay.
and then
You can run from Maven.
the other one I can run from Maven. This one I didn't test it from
I
Maven.
mean, you know the process of running from Maven, right? Okay, you can run it to browser stack source lab.
Yeah,
Yes, and Jenkins also.
yeah. Bilal will show you. I mean, I
Okay.
can.
How are you doing with the RPM framework?
Yeah, it's just showing this. I did three method implementing it.
Which part of Canada are you located?
Excuse me.
Yeah, you are from Canada, right?
Yeah, Mississauga, Toronto.
Toronto? Okay, as Bilal, Toronto too, right?
Yeah, we live near. I mean,
Your voice is
15.
kind of low. I can hear you.
I mean, yes, we live near. I mean, it's 15-minute drive.
Huh? Sorry?
It's 15-minute drive, Bilal House, for me.
Yeah, it's in Toronto, right? How is the automation job there?
I have not searched it. Actually, I don't know much. I just know the tester job are there a lot. So I
Oh,
just started the course to get a good job.
right. Yeah, we'll discuss about preparing.
So, so slider I done, and then image method is done.
Okay.
Plus, this is the C sharp. I just started in C sharp.
Using C Sharp?
Yeah, it's okay. Actually, it's done like this.
You
I
have
just
both Mac
got
and or did you
Mac. I'm using virtual machine.
virtual machine? Okay. So the hardware is it like Windows machine or Mac machine?
It's a Windows machine.
Windows machine. You put Mac on it, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
VM. Actually, this is a virtual machine.
wow. So VM works fine. Look like right.
Yeah, and I done in C sharp, and plus I done in PHP and Python too. But in Python PHP I did simple tests. I didn't create it. I still not able to framework related stuff. In C sharp I got how to add units, etc.
Okay.
So that's the C sharp code. Like you create a framework, page factory, clear this, and, and then just the login method call one by one. So that's till now. APM is done both two cases, and C sharp done, and Yahoo done, and MailChimp.
Okay. Pretty good. Thank you.
Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah, let's take a look on Bilal's machine. Would show. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Okay, Bilal.
Yes, hello. So I will show you the rest of the project that we've been working on. So we worked on a total of 5 modules, Amazon, Best Buy, Facebook, and MailChimp, and Yahoo as well. So there are like 5 modules that we worked on. So it's both data driven as well. So we get the data from Excel file and not from the DB. And we have a bunch of tests regarding Amazon sign-in, testing the cart functionality. And regarding Best Buy, we're testing some of the menus. And for Facebook, we're testing the login, and we're testing some of the menus over there as well. We're able to run this in the cloud. We're able to run it through Jenkins. We kind of ran out of minutes on Browser Stack. We ran out of days on Sauce Labs. So we ended up hosting our own Selenium Grid. So we are testing it on that one. I can quickly show it to you as well. So I just paused the screen because the parameters were going to show up. So you see it is running on Jenkins. I'm running it from my Mac, but it actually is running in another machine over here. So we have a Selenium Grid running on this machine. And we are also able to run this in parallel. We can run we execute our tests in parallel. So we weren't able to do it. That it wasn't easy. For that, we had to use the driver factory and create different instances of our driver. So for that, we added another class under our utility. Let me show it to you. So, and we are using thread local for that. So this is our driver factory, which is handling all of our drivers. And we create based on whatever the need is, based on whatever parameters we're passing. Once we pass the parameters, we save it in our variables, and we use global variables for those. So once we run this, we're basically the main thing that we're doing it is saving all the values inside some variables, and we're just using these variables to call the driver whenever we want to in our driver factory. So we also have UIs. Page factory UIs, we have those for every page, for the menus as well. That's pretty much about it, like the summary of our project.
Okay. Is Azima Khan work with you guys?
She was not able to.
She was not able to? Okay. All right. You guys okay with the Maven, Sauce Lab?
Yeah. So yeah. Again, we were able to run in all these remote, like both Sauce Labs and Browser Stack, but we ran out of trials on those ones, so we ended up running it in our local. We're still using remote driver for this. We set up our own Selenium server on another machine, and we're just using that as our as a remote machine that we run our test on. Almost all the tests are going to pass except for the MailChimp. On my machine, I'm getting a capture. We've been running quite a few of those tests this morning. So, I mean, for now, I get the capture code on MailChimp, so I'm unable to run those tests. Other than that, all the rest of the tests are working fine.
Okay.
And we're also using assert on every step. Whatever we're doing, we're also asserting it on method level, and whenever we're calling a method as well on test level. So on every level, we are asserting if whatever action we're performing, it's actually happening or not. So even if we are calling the sign in method inside a test, so that method itself would have the assert inside it. So if it's going to sign in and perform some other task, it's going to assert if it has signed in first, and then it's going to perform all those tasks.
Okay.
So this is we're searching data. We're getting the data from the Excel file, and we also add it to the cart, and then we remove it from the cart as well. This is plain searching for now. The next one is going to be adding to the cart and then removing to the cart. We're doing this in different ways, different techniques we're using for this. So we're using data. We're getting data. We're running the loop, and we're counting. We're putting a counter there, and we're checking out what effect it has on the counter. If an item is added, so this thing over here on the cart, it turns to 1. If the second one is added, it turns to 2. So this is the login test that's happening in the background. Also, another technique we used is we used a method. So we're going to be searching and asserting using an Excel file. We created a method for that. We provide which data we're going to be searching and which column has the assert data. So it's going to search using this data, and it's going to assert using this one. So this method has, it's calling a few of other methods, but we created one method inside the test just for that specific test. Again, like we've used different methods, different approaches for almost the same thing as well.
Okay.
So these two passed. We're on Amazon right now. After that, it's going to go to Yahoo and then MailChimp.
Oh, it's running from Jenkins, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You able to figure out the null pointer exceptions?
Yes, we were able to figure that out using the driver factory. So we're using like we end up getting another driver, like new driver instance for every page that we're initializing. So over here we get a new driver if we want to initialize another page. So it's going to keep it will know which instance it is. It's going to differentiate from the other ones, so they don't get mixed up. The reason is also the reason for this method, this technique is so that we are able to run these in parallel. We tried running it in parallel without the driver factory, and it wasn't really working out for us. We were getting random errors. So for that, we looked up online, and we ended up finding a solution that was this.
Okay, nice.
We tried creating instances of the common API or the driver class, putting driver in another class and creating instances of that. But for that, we would have to, kill the driver as well. So we would have to instantiate it, and then we'll have to close the driver as well every time. So the after method wasn't working for us. So we're using this technique. It's automatically taking care of it. Whatever remains in the memory, the garbage collector would take care of it.
I see. That's great.
And I can quickly show you maybe a test in parallel. So let me just run it locally on this machine. So you will see that two instances are going to open up. One of them is going to be this one, and another one over here at the end. So the first one doesn't work for us. I believe it's because of the resources, and we don't have enough resources on the same computer. So the first test, the browser window, it's not going to work. One of the tests is going to fail. The rest, they all pass.
Okay.
So it just doesn't grab the URL. Okay, actually it is. Oh yeah. See, the first one, it's not doing it. It's just going to time out, and the rest, it's going to be fine. So now these tests are running in parallel as well.
Nice. So one thing, guys, I see that some of you wrote very simple basic test cases, what we show in the class. It's not to do that. You should go beyond that. In the class, we show you the setup, configurations. Now, it was your job to add more in-depth test cases, right? What Bilal did, Ijan Khan did, Furkan did, Abraham did a little bit. So many of you still didn't do that to cover applications in in-depth workflow, which is I'm expecting. Wonderfully, you wrote simple very test cases. You should focus tonight and add more test cases and show it tomorrow. Same with Une and few other. Junaid, did you fix your problem yet?
Yes.
All right. And many other people still didn't write the whole workflow yet. That's okay. What you show, you're able to run simple test case, but it should show that one application had many test cases, the complete workflow for a consumer that you can think, all the use cases, right? If you work multiple applications, I understand that, okay, not possible to write all the workflow for all the applications. But since you're working one or two applications, and you should at least cover one complete workflow for one application, and the others you can show minor few test cases, that's fine. But you should show at least one complete in-depth workflow for one application and then show for other applications few test cases, that's okay. Otherwise, just even don't know, what automation will be if you don't have that, right? I want you to understand that automation is not like writing one or two, but you trying to do 80%, 90%, or close to 100% test cases that you can do for regression test, right? You want to help the manual testing team. If it's not possible 100%, at least you can go closer to 80%, 90%. So you should write more test cases and more in-depth workflow. Without that, it's going to be, difficult to explain that what is true automation is, what the purpose, and how you can contribute to the teams, and so on. So please work on it. If you guys still didn't do it, work tonight, and we can discuss tomorrow. Yeah.
If you could show us what an actual module looks like. I know you can show us stuff from your workplace, but maybe you could upload a file to GitHub that it's like an actual how it's like in the
No, I mean same thing as you did.
Is it just as basic as these, or does it get more?
So one application could be as many test cases as possible as a consumer, right? Let's go over one more time. Let's finish up here. So for Amazon, what Bilal did, you log into the Amazon and you search for items, right? You browse for the items, right? You look for items from the order menu or input search. You find items and you say, okay, I want to buy this. You check the price and select this, and that goes to shopping cart. And then you click on shopping cart and then say, okay, are you happy what you have, or you want to add more items? Go ahead, add more items if you want to. And then you say, okay, check out. proceed to the payment. And then you can add one credit request to that. And you submit your order, right? You get the confirmation code. This is one whole workflow. Yeah, so end-to-end testing, because one application, as a consumer, what you'll be doing, pretty much automate everything is possible, right? So there's millions of items in Amazon. We don't have to go crazy to search for millions of items. At least 4, 5, 10 items, search for it and place a order for it. That's the one complete, workflow I could think of. This is for e-commerce. You can do for retail. You can do for Facebook. What do you do in Facebook? You log into Facebook, then you see your friend's post, right? You send a friend request, you make a comments, and you like it, right? And you share some link to your friends, right? You search for your friends, and then you can watch live, right? Those are the things you do with Facebook. Same thing, you can automate those features. It's not beyond that. It's what you see for end-to-end testing, the UI side, that is what you can automate. And other testing we'll discuss what you can do besides UI testing, end-to-end testing, what else you can do. We'll discuss that. Okay. So I saw Bilal, I saw Eden was running that Mailchimp.
Yes. So basically we're on that module now.
Okay, good. Now mobile automation, you guys work on it, right?
Yes. So for mobile, I was able to get the picker working, the wheel and the picker.
Okay.
And what you did in the class, I was able to like recreate that one as well. That was pretty much about it.
Did you cover that in mentoring?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great. So if you missed the mentoring, you should, watch the video and learn more.
So regarding the picker, so we ended up finding some solution online, and we ended up creating a method for this, which would take the number of strings. As many strings are there, that would mean there are as many number of wheels are there inside a picker. So if we are passing two values, then it would set the first one to this one and set the second one to this one. If there are like three wheels inside a picker, then it would get, it's going to set it one by one, because the X path for all three of them is different. It's almost the same. So let me quickly show you the method. I think it's in the common method. This one. Okay, scroll keys. So this is the method that we're using. We're passing a driver, and we're passing an array, and we're passing the parent because on the same page on the UI there were three different tabs. So we ended up passing the parent as well. So the parent basically appends with the XPath over here, and each picker is like right next to each other. Side by side. So the only difference in the path is like 1, 2, and 3. So as many wheels are going to be there. So the first wheel is going to have the X path or same X path, but it's going to be 1 inside there, and the second one is going to be 2, and the third one is going to be 3. So the loop is only going to run as long as the array is. So if we're passing two values, that means there are two wheels. It's going to run twice. If we're passing three values, it's gonna set one by one for the first one, the second one, the third one. It's gonna get it from the list, and that's how it's gonna set the value of the picker.
Okay. So you passing the XPath UI picker will, yeah.
Yes. So this is always gonna be UI picker wheel. This is because this is the name of the element, and inside the element, this is where basically we're getting the number. If it's the first one, if it's the second one, if it's the third one.
Okay, yeah, it started with 0, 0, 1, 2.
So and it won't be 0 for the X path. It's always like 1, 2, 3, something like that. So it does start from 0, but it's always adding 1 to it. So the first time it's gonna run, it's gonna be 0 plus 1.
Or you could
So,
run the loop from 1.
or yes, we can do it that way as well. Yes. The reason we do it from 0 is because we want to grab from the array as well, which is this one. So for array, it's gonna grab for index 0.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
So that's why.
That's good, pretty good.
So that's how we were able to handle the wheel and the picker.
You can share your repository with others if you want.
I did during the session. I can just paste the repository, both my repositories. I can share it even today as well. I don't mind.
Thank you. Okay, great. Bilal and Duncan. Anyone else want to show? Furkan, you want to show?
Yeah, I can.
So this is for our web automation, and this is the tabular automation that we are working on. We will be adding sliders too. Isran worked on the slider. We figured out that it's like from 0 to 1. 1 means all the way to the right, 0 means all the way to the left. It's sort of percentages. So 0.5 would mean halfway. So that would hopefully be implemented today or tomorrow and will be updated to this tabular automation repository.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's take a look, Furkan.
Okay, so this is the Grubhub app. I was able to run it. So that's the, oh, sorry, that's not the common API. That's the common API. So it's a very simple one because I'm only running Android. There are no, for instance, let's say tablets or anything as such. So I'm just running the Android emulator. I tried using Sauce Labs, as you can see here. It actually runs. It actually connects to the Sauce server. But after it loads the emulator, right here I'm using the Nexus emulator, right? So, and then over here it grabs my the application I'm trying to run. But the problem is when you go, let's see here. So if you go to the Appium page. So after I tried a lot of different things, I couldn't get the app to run. So it would load the emulator, it would open it, it would run it, but it would not load the app. So when I went there, it said mobile applications currently only available for iOS. So they don't work for Android. So then I figured that that's what the issue was. But it does connect to, let's see, if I go to Sauce Lab.
This is mobile web. How about mobile native applications?
Mobile, I'm sorry, what applications?
See, you back.
Yeah, it does say web applications, but
How about mobile native applications?
so
You can try
native.
native applications.
I'll try if I can get it working, but
Right here, what it is saying, right?
where? Yeah, it does say mobile web applications. So
Go back, right
here,
The software platform that use Appium
native applications, all iOS.
all
Yeah, that's right. That's true. So, but here, let me show you.
if it's a web application, if it's an iOS web application,
Mm-hmm.
I mean mobile web application, then in that case you don't suffer iOS.
But mobile web application, what exists? So application that runs on a browser, basically, is that what? Or web that utilizes the.
So here's the thing, guys. What is native? Native application is simply run on iOS
iOS.
or run on Android platform.
Mm-hmm.
When you say web, mobile web, it means it can run also in the browser, right? And iOS and Android both can run also in the browser, that's mobile web. browser means mobile browser, right? When it's a hybrid, it's combination of native and web. That's make hybrid. So some applications are hybrid, some are not. Because native, it also does support. You say that you can run both. But if it's a hybrid, it also should support that. Hybrid is a combination of native and web.
So if I try to run it, this is what happens. It gives this error. The source VM failed.
Also, if you compare with the phone gap,
Gap?
Or Acme. So those are the platforms. Then you don't have to learn Java for Android or iOS for export. All you can do right in JavaScript. You can build that. That is Ionic platform for. So Ionic you can write in JavaScript or TypeScript, or phone gap you can write in one language. You can make two different platforms. Right? You can write in one script, in JavaScript. So Ionic will make you iOS and Android platform. One application, it will make two different platforms. If you write in one. That is a kind of hybrid.
Hybrid, right.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, so it gives me this error. It says common error messages that the VMs fail to start browser or device. So it's failed to loading the application. That's what I'm seeing the issue is here. So it's able to grab the application, but it's not able to load it. So you have to upload your application to something like a GitHub, or you could do it to source storage. I mean, uploading to source storage was a little confusing to me, so I didn't really go in there. I just uploaded to GitHub. But it still grabs the application, but doesn't load it. So that's the issue I'm having here. So if you go to this link, they give you error messages. So they give you like a bunch of troubleshooting, right? So if you have the VM, so it says how to resolve. You can resolve this error by choosing a new version of Selenium or APM for your tests, which is the latest one we're using. I left it blank, so it just picks it up on its own. And then you can also, so it says you can also check the desired capabilities of your test to make sure you haven't set an incompatible platform or operating system, which is not true because I'm using their configurator. They have a platform configurator, so I'm using their settings. So it shouldn't give me an error. So if you choose Appium, and then you check the device, right? So you have Android devices and emulators. So I tried it on both, but it still gives me an error. So, you know, for instance, you could take the S4 Google API. Yeah, I did do that. So app testing, and then it tells you to give you the URL, but it only takes the source storage URL. I tried putting in my GitHub one, but it doesn't. Sure. Oh, I have to select an operating system. I mean, I can just show it locally right now. I'll try to figure this out later. I'm not sure what exactly is wrong though. Yeah. So yeah, so it's trying to grab the app, and so you know, if you just use it false, it's not even going to go through this. So it's just.
If you show from the code in front of your app directory, it doesn't run.
Oh no, it doesn't. So if I do it just like here, this is what you're saying, right? If I do this.
Yeah, but the API should be under that module.
It is. It is. I mean, this is if you don't want to run it in Sauce Labs, right? If you just want to run it on your machine. So.
But if you do it Sauce, that's more.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you put source Java APK? Does it run on software?
This right here?
Yeah.
Oh no, it does run in Sauce Lab. It does, but then it gives you this error saying that it cannot load from your local machine. It cannot download the APK from your local machine because it needs to download the APK first.
But it's part of the code. You got code, right? It's in the repository.
Oh, okay. So no. So in the repository, only that's where the APK is only. So it's only grabbing the APK from your repository.
No, what I'm saying is you enter code, right?
Yeah.
If you go out,
Okay.
not the code, it's the repository structure, the website. Repository structure, yeah, wrong. So you want to ground up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see under source, then you ground up app,
Right.
right? And we have the APK. Can you point to this?
I did. So if let's see, if I go back here. So you're saying if I do it here?
Yeah.
So I just did this right here. If I copy and paste it up there,
Yeah.
and but I got this error. Let me show you. I did that. I got this error right here. I think it was this one. So you see, failed to download mobile app. C uses Furkan workspace, GrubHub, Android source packed, unsupported protocol. So it cannot download.
It looks like they're pushing to use their storage.
Right.
Right.
Right. That's what it looks like to me.
Because you can run it from Jenkins, though. You're running it from Jenkins. You have Jenkins set up in.
I had it, but I had to remove it. It was giving me problems, so I had to remove it.
Fine. It costs money to use the storage.
No, it's free, but it's like it's really vague how to even store to it. So it says to use REST API. I'm not really sure how. Right. So they're saying, hey, upload it on ours and it might work properly, but it's really hard if you. So let me just change this to. I think it's on false, right? So I'm only using one parameter here, just the cloud environment. So let me go over the code, what exactly it does. So the common methods include logging in and logging out. So so if, you can actually create the web elements just like you do in your web automation. So you don't need to actually pass the XPath and everything, or the IDs, or the different elements. So you can do find by, or you can do Android find by, or you can do iOS find by. You can also do UI automated view find by. These all allow you to grab elements. And then you can, same way you can create web elements, and it'll let you access them the same way you do in web automation. So these are all IDs. So I'm grabbing all these. So one thing I had to make sure was that these IDs weren't being used again. So if there are two different buttons, or two different fields using the same ID, it will only grab the first one. So you would need to find a unique way to grab the second one. The inspector. So that's why I was saying the npm inspector in Windows is absolutely horrible. Is because the one in Mac, it gives you unique XPaths, right? But this one, if you are to run it, let's say if I stop this and run it again. So just give it a moment. Oh yeah, I will do that. I haven't uploaded to GitHub yet, but I will do it. So if I open the inspector, and I think it should be running in the background now. Refresh. It's also very slow. It's very slow.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Never mind.
Yeah, you can do one on mobile. Yeah, it's. I don't know why it's freezing here. Let me stop it and let me just run the code itself. So let's do. So here we'll be just changing like the username and well, your first name and last name. So let me do this right here. Yeah, here. It's just grabbing the XPath. You know, it's like not even XPath. You can't even use XPath on Windows machine if you want to try to run it. Let's run this. So
So what's up with grade 13? You guys getting out of this summer or what? It depends, Frank. Are you staying or are you leaving? Staying. And I'm leaving.
why is it showing?
What about you, Kevin? Well, school staying. Actually, Lick and I kind of.
Let me run it again.
Oh, you would chat? Lake and I are going away to school together. That's really great. You guys make a great couple.
Why is it shutting it down now?
Let me have some of that.
Okay, let me close APM and open it again. So that's the issue. You see, I was just able to run this like a few seconds ago, and now it's giving me errors.
Wide body, nigga. Yo, honestly, cop that shit for 3. Call it a day.
It's not original. Can you do one mentoring this week?
Yeah, I can do it. Yep. Let me just try to run it once more, and then if it doesn't, so yeah, so debug works fine. Now let's.
Look at this. Look, Johnny's trying to sell this fucking wagon. $7,500.
Automatic?
Yeah. 2001 BMW 5.
Yeah, it's, I don't know why it's sent shut down.
Putting the tax BMW.
Okay, so I'll try to figure this out. I'm not sure what happened, but it was just working just fine right now.
Fake ass.
So yeah, I can do a mentoring this week.
The 5 Series?
Yeah, I just did it.
How
I'm
did you
not
get
sure
that?
what exactly it's giving me an error.
How much did you pay for it?
So it's giving an
That's-
issue
that's
here,
enough.
but
I probably paid like $3 grand for it.
yeah, this is line 59.
Yeah, it's not really session.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I have an immaculate BMW for sale that I already have the car in mind. I'm interested, so I'm motivated. So entertain eye catchers. Must be a manual. Here's some information. He wants a manual.
Manual?
He wants a manual. It's a 525, so it's not even worth it, even if it was 550.
Everything seems fine here. Maybe it's the virtual device. I think it's not. It might not be able to locate the virtual device. I don't have a real device. Otherwise, I would have. So let's see. Actually, let me close this and rerun this. Maybe that's the issue.
240 with a M3 front end. Have you seen the CRX E36?
What?
CRX E36. He lives in Baltimore. I didn't believe it until I saw him in Glen Burnie. He lives here in Baltimore. Fucking God.
Wow. Piece of shit.
Look at that.
How good.
What a bitch, right? I saw it and I was like, oh, look at that E36. And I drove by, I was like, no! Why would you do that? That's my client.
When we go to the phone, what do we have to do? Like, we have to turn the app. No, you're on your phone. And to install the app on your phone. You don't have your app, APK or on your phone. You don't need to try it. Yes, the phone has to be done. Yes.
My favorite hill, man. It's gas.
you use LED, so you can run LED.
If I do that, it actually doesn't recognize the device. If you just leave it like how it is, it recognizes the emulator. I don't know why it's like that in the. I mean, I don't know why it's like that, but it doesn't recognize the emulator if you do it that way. Okay, so you want me to? Actually, I haven't been doing that. It's that's why we were going over the mentoring. For some reason, if you click on that, it doesn't catch the N4 device because for some I don't know why it does that. Honestly, I don't know, but I think it's the device name is a little different. So now but it's supposed to launch it then. Oh, I just removed it actually. There. There. So let me just uncheck this because this has always been unchecked. N4 is the emulator right here. Yeah, that's the real name. No, actually, I mean, I gave it that name, so. Yeah, it's actually Nexus 5, but I called it Nexus. So it should work. Like, I think it's working fine. Yeah, log file. So you see here, it's a shutdown command waiting for UI automator to stop.
It's tragic. It was a freak accident. Could have happened even if alcohol wasn't. But alcohol was involved, and now a young man is dead because of the defendant's reckless behavior.
18 years old. You never thought that by the time he turned 18, he would start one for.
Right. Mac. I mean, it was freaking working fine. Just. Yeah. Huh? It's very annoying that when you need to show it. Okay, so I'm gonna try to let me try to fix this and see what happens.
Yeah, that's fine. Aman. Aman, you there? Aman? Aman, can you talk? Aman, I'm sorry. Aman, are you there? You are unmuted from your side. You are muted from your side. Aman, can you talk? You didn't show the framework yet, so we're waiting for you. Aman? You logged in, but you're not talking. Okay. Othman.
Yes, Mafi, bye.
Did you show last time?
You hear me?
Yes. Did you show your framework last time?
No, I didn't. I'm still working on it. Been busy with the family work. Sorry about that. But we always with Bilal and the team, Volkan and everyone, Paul, like attending the mentoring session, trying to solve the problem together.
Can you show now some work?
Not really. Just start some basic stuff.
Okay, we're almost end of the course.
You want me to show whatever? I don't have much like to show, but hopefully we're gonna get something done. Just been busy. Just been busy. Sorry. Yes, go ahead. Not much. Okay.
Add few test cases tonight and show tomorrow then.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try my best. All right. Thanks, my everyone.
Aman, are you there? Alex, it's show us tomorrow. Aman, you do it tomorrow. If you're ready, show us now. And whoever didn't write enough test cases, you should continue writing more test cases and all other features running by Jenkins, running by Maven, running on browser stack, SauceLab, and so on. All right, guys. Shh. So it's 1 o'clock now. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll discuss a few things. Let's be back by. You presented yesterday, right? I mean, last time. Gonna show more? When we come back from lunch. Okay?
She did a lot of work for the week. She wants to do it.
That's good, you know. That's good. 135 or 1, okay, 140? All right, at 140 then, we'll be back. Thank you. Guys, enjoy lunch. We'll be back 135 to 140. Store.